Welcome to the sales training session from iOmniscient. To begin, we'll be giving you a brief overview of the company. Who is iOmniscient? Well, the research and development in which our company is based on started in 1994. However, our first product was launched in 2004. This is due to the fact that this is a very unique and incredible technology, something that no one else has. There was a long investment period where we developed our product and perfected it. We needed to go through many live tests to ensure that we were able to cope with complex, busy scenes, including difficult environmental factors. Today, we have more than 30,000 video analytic licenses sold worldwide. The technology you are about to witness shortly is based on an artificial intelligence engineered to think like a real human being. It is a rule-based system looking at the unique characteristics of targeted objects. It is not based on video motion detection the way most video analysis systems are. In a video motion detection system, one image frame is followed by a second frame, followed by a third frame, and so on. If there is a change between two subsequent frames, this means that motion was detected. This is useful if you're trying to find someone over a fence. However, consider a busy airport or even a railway station where thousands of people are walking around. This means there's motion everywhere. A video motion detection system would undoubtedly fail in this situation. iOmniscient technology can cope with crowded scenes and busy areas. iOmniscient has several internationally patented technologies, specifically one in non-motion detection algorithm, which deals exclusively with complex and crowded areas, whereas IQ-Hawk converges detection and identification capabilities, enabling automated surveillance. Our company has three straightforward goals. Number 1. We want to develop the most advanced intelligent surveillance technology in the world. Number 2, we want to provide a comprehensive portfolio so our customers can shop at one stop and shop for everything they want and need for video analysis. Finally, we wanted to do this with a low cost of ownership. We can run 6 times more cameras than any competing products. Low computation also means low bandwidth requirements. This way, the customer does not have to pay a massive premium price just to get the best technology in the market. As of today, we have achieved all of these goals. Today, iOmniscient has R&D offices in 3 main countries: Australia, Canada, and India. We can provide 24/7 support through many of our support centers around the world. We have our own iOmniscient salespeople located in many key markets. In addition, we have numerous resellers who represent us in virtually every country around the world. Since we launched our product in 2004, we have won numerous awards for the best technology in the United States, United Kingdom, Europe, Taiwan, and Australia. Most recently, we were the overall winner for the Global Security Challenge for Crowded Places in 2010, which is presented to us by BAE of UK, as well as many other worldwide renowned technologists. iOmniscient proves its surveillance technology is above the standard. Why does the fastest train in the world require video analysis? Well, the fastest railway system is located in China. It covers a vast area of 1,000 kilometers from the north side of Wuhan to the south side of Guangzhou. The maximum speed can go up to 390 kilometers per hour, but is kept at 350 kilometers per hour to be safe. This used to be an 11-hour journey, but is now just around 3 hours. Our system is used to prevent people crossing along this long track line in a harsh terrain. It was not easy to get this project. However, our system has now been specified by the Ministry of Railway, or MOR. We are currently helping MOR with many of their projects, including their expansion project into Hong Kong. We work with British Petroleum on the world's longest oil pipeline that runs from Azerbaijan into Georgia. It is a very difficult environment to work with as we must deal with desert weather such as sandstorms. Therefore, our NAMS, or Nuisance Alarm Minimization System technology, has been well adopted in there. We have actually signed a non-disclosure agreement with this customer. We can't disclose too much about the name, however, we can say that it's located in Florida. Accurate counting system is extremely important to allow better resource planning and management for this company. The more people that are waiting, the bigger loss in business for them. This customer already has many counting systems in place, such as laser beams and sensors. However, these devices can only give a 50% accuracy. They came to us wanting a counting technology that can give 99% accuracy. They were even willing to have the cameras placed where we need them to be placed. The world's largest standing army is coincidentally located in the country with the largest population. Our system is used to protect their factory, which produces weapons and firearms. They make use of our smoke and fire for their warehouses with high ceilings. The facial recognition system is to ensure that people are always on duty at the critical points along the assembly line. Furthermore, they use our perimeter protection for intrusion prevention, which is our simplest application amongst them all. Why would we need a surveillance system? Can we not just count on humans? The answer is no. No, we cannot. Studies conducted by U.S. Defense Research Lab, based on 1,000 people as a sample size, have shown that if an operator watches only 2 screens after 10 minutes, they will miss 45% of the action. Just after 22 minutes, an operator misses nearly 95% of the action. It does not matter how intelligent you are, humans simply just cannot concentrate for long periods of time. Hence, the need for detection, and the need to advise the operator what is happening. The operator needs a system that will tell them what to look for, especially in crowded and complex environments. They need a system that is dependable, that alerts them so they can take action right away. As you can see from this chart, the cameras are essentially our eyes. The technology we developed is the brain behind the eyes. A good set of eyes means a better assessment for the viewer. At the end, an alert is given so that the action can be taken quickly. For the next few slides, we will be focusing mainly on the brain of the technology. There are 2 types of intelligences. 1, detection, which uses a wide-angle view, and 2, identification, which uses a close-up view. It is easy to find a company that can do one thing. However, it is hard to find a company that can do both. iOmniscient can do this. However, how do you measure intelligence? There are hundreds, in fact thousands of companies all claiming to be intelligent. To address this, we came up with a rating system to rate our software, and this is based on the human IQ system. As you know, in a human IQ rating system, IQ 100 is the average of the population. Half the population is above that, while the other half falls below it. Although the majority of the population is between IQ 90 and IQ 110, there are a few people who are below this average, and again, a very small amount of people who are well above this average. In this table, you can see how iOmniscient's own products are rated. You begin with an IQ of 10 or 20, where you have very limited intelligence, to an IQ of 140 and above, where you have a genius-level intelligence. There are many cheap systems around and even expensive ones that are very basic, and then there's the sophisticated ones. Let's take an in-depth look at each stage and its products. You start with cameras with an IQ of 10 or 20, where their functions are very limited. The system can tell you how the cameras are performing. It will tell you if it's out of focus, if the camera is disconnected, or even if it cannot see due to rain or snow. This is useful for video management systems and health checks. At this level, there are literally thousands of suppliers. You then get to a more basic level of services where you can do simple things such as perimeter protection, intruder detection using simple motion detection, and image differences. IQ60 cameras are for stable indoor environments only, while IQ80 has a fairly comprehensive system embedded in it. Even at this level, there can be hundreds of suppliers. You then rise to an average level of IQ100, where one can do tracking. This is useful for intrusion detection or incorrect direction. You can track an object, or you can check if someone begins to run suddenly, and you can check on loitering. You can do object detection in an almost empty scene and an object is left. At this level, there are perhaps a dozen suppliers around the world, all claiming that they can detect. However, you will still need to know how good they are in minimizing the nuisance and unwanted alarms. Let's see the video here. iOmniscient has adopted an advanced object classification including human templates so that they can differentiate between man and dog. As you can see in our video, our system can differentiate between different objects. In this video, our system can distinguish the human from the dog, even when the human and dog are together. Next, you reach smart systems, which are IQ 110. At this stage, cameras can do much more sophisticated type of counting. It can count outdoors and is useful for marketing organizations or traffic conditions, as well as understanding flow patterns of people and traffic. You can expect a very high level of accuracy from a system like this. We have often asked about the counting accuracy, but the counting accuracy really depends on the camera placement. We can achieve the highest accuracy given a top-down view. This product has several methods of counting. You can do standard counting where it looks for an object and counts it. You can also have head counting where it looks for people's heads, or shape counting where you don't even have a direct view. Instead, you count shapes such as the side of their face or the top of their heads. The system can count individuals or people walking in small groups and has audited a 99% accuracy in some specific environments. Incidentally, most of our competitors cannot surpass this level of technology. We like to take on challenges all the time. In the video, we are using head counting so that we can differentiate people from the luggage. As you can see, as the light intensifies, our system only requires 5 seconds to adjust to the new environment before continuing to count again. As you can see, the system can easily record which way people are walking. Not only that, but it can detect exactly how many people walk by, even in large groups. We are known to have a 95% accuracy in our counting systems. We now move on to IQ 115, which provides complex behavior analysis. There are simple behaviors that people may look out for, such as loitering or running. At this level, you can also do much more sophisticated behavior analysis. For instance, you can detect slips and falls, which are extremely useful for safety. This is very useful in cases of public liability situations. The same capability can be used to detect man down. At this level, there are only 2 or 3 suppliers in the world which can provide this technology. Let's see the video on how the system works. As you can see in the video, our systems can detect when a person has fallen and will send an alert back to the viewer. This way, the viewer can take action faster. Now we get to IQ 120. This level is much more advanced. You can manage and count crowds. You can measure the amount of people in an area or the density of people. You can manage traffic congestion and vehicle counting. The system provides comprehensive recordings and is not restricted by overhead viewing. The system will normally run at more than 85% accuracy. Let's see the video on how we count in an extremely crowded area. This footage shows our technology put into work to assess and manage a large crowd at a marathon. Through this, we can assess the flow and density of an area. Finally, there's the genius level, which is above IQ 140. This is where you can detect specific objects in a crowded scene. This system can detect abandoned objects, theft, vandalism, and parking violations in very crowded scenes. How crowded can it be? Objects only need to be 50% visible in order to be detected. It can also cope with very long detection times. This is particularly useful in airports where you don't want to detect a bag that has been left there for 5 seconds, as you would get millions of recordings. Instead, you would want to know if luggage has been left for more than 20 minutes with hundreds of people walking past it. Finally, at the IQ 180 level, you can even detect objects that are virtually invisible to the human eye, such as an obstruction on the road far away, or a black bag left on a black background. This technology can be used as an anti-skimming device on an ATM machine. At this level, there's only one supplier in the world that can provide this technology, and this is iOmniscient. This is due to our internationally patents that allow us to do this type of work. Our technology can detect when objects are abandoned, even in very crowded and busy areas. This is extremely useful as action can be taken immediately, whether it may be to retrieve that object, prevent theft, or even stop vandalism. Finally, we come to a product called IQ Infinity. This product allows you to do all the detections, over 20 plus different detections, at the same time on the same camera. We have non-motion detection, crowd and traffic management, behavior analysis, accurate counting, and intrusion detection all happening at the same time. In addition, you can add many more industry solutions. What you are looking at right now is the IQ capabilities chart. On the left side, you can see all the various capabilities that can be provided. On the top, you see various IQ levels. This chart shows the exact capabilities that each product has in regards to its IQ level. So far, we have only been talking about detection. As we previously mentioned, there are two types of intelligences: detection and identification. There are two types of identification technologies. The first one is the license plate recognition system, which can identify license plates when specified, and is able to identify them even in various speeds, ranging from car parks to highways. This particular system is available from iOmniscient and is available in a variety of languages, from Arabic to Chinese to Thai. The second type of identification technology is facial recognition. It identifies people and tells you who it is. Conventional facial recognition systems require a high-resolution image with a full frontal view with at least 300 pixels between eyes. iOmniscient system is designed to recognize multiple faces from a distance. It can cope with low resolution and requires only 22 pixels between eyes. To achieve a reasonable accuracy, one needs very specific camera placement for this very specialized application. Let's see the video. Here, we can cope with multiple faces even if they are from a distance. Using 4 CIF, we can cope with faces within 1 meter. Using a megapixel camera, we can see faces much further away. You can use this facial recognition to track a suspect across non-overlapping cameras, as we are able to provide you a report for this footpath at the end. Beyond detection and identification technologies, iOmniscient also has another unique product called iQHawk. This product is the convergence of detection and identification in a single camera. Let me explain how it works. Traditionally, if you wanted to have a detection and identification on one camera, you would need to use the pan and zoom technique. You would have a wide-angle view of the entire area, and should there be any disruption, such as someone jumping over a fence, you would zoom in into that particular area. Such systems are easily defeated, as the person could actually be a decoy distracting the camera, while others sneak in from the opposite side. However, the iQHawk avoids this problem as it continues detection on the entire scene at all times. If any event occurs, the system can zoom in digitally on those events while still keeping a wide-angle view on the complete picture. This iQHawk is based on another patented technology where we can reduce the bandwidth and storage requirement by 200 times. In the video, we are able to detect multiple incidences within a vast view. We can automatically zoom in to get the details on the people or on the vehicle. You can also tie it with the facial recognition and/or license plate recognition systems to automate the surveillance, to check against the suspect list, and to send alert to the police right away. We are very passionate about this market, and we have never stopped developing our technology. We always have a roadmap defined for the next 5 years. To give you a brief overview of our future projects, we have been working with Intel, porting our algorithms on their upcoming chip. Hopefully, this product will be ready by next year. We will continue our tracking technology as well. It is easy to differentiate small number of people crossing paths, but it has been an unsolvable problem when large groups cross paths. This is a project we have already started. Lastly, we are improving our object recognition system. We are developing software for airport security, trying to differentiate a knife, gun, or any weapons in an X-ray image. These are just some of our projects. We are always continually improving technology for our customers. We understand that customers think from their own perspective. What we do is think of a solution that can address their specific problems for a specific industry. Here, we are going to share some of our experiences in the transportation sector. In railways, there are typically many departments: security departments, safety departments, and operational departments. In each of these departments, they have their own requirement. For instance, in the security department, they may be worried about objects being left behind. They may be worried about people entering tunnels. They may be worried about people defacing the train. Or they may be worried about people falling off the platform. In terms of the safety department, they may be concerned about level crossings or things that fall on the rail. In terms of operations, they may be concerned about parking outside of the station or platforms. Another application for the railways is the yellow line detection. Most platforms now have a yellow line. People are not to cross this yellow line except for when the train is in the station. Our IQ technology can give warnings to people who cross the yellow line. However, the system is also smart enough to suppress warnings when the train is in the station and people are allowed to cross the yellow line. One application that is unique for railways is the level crossing system. When a train driver sees an obstruction, such as a car, on the railway, it is too late to stop the train. The train will just go straight through it. With our technology, we can detect any obstructions from 3 to 5 kilometers away. If an obstruction is detected, a signal will be sent back to the train where it will automatically slow down so it can stop in time before it hits the obstruction. Let's look at another industry, the aviation industry, their airports. Again, in an airport, there are many different stakeholders: security, safety, operational. In the security departments, they may be concerned about abandoned objects, unauthorized entries, or even tailgating. In the safety departments, they may be worried about obstructions on the airstrips, such as animals, or landslide safety, such as people slipping and falling. In the operational departments, they may be concerned with abandoned luggage, parking violations, crowd controls, or average waiting times. One specific application to the airport environment is counting. You may not realize it, but airports actually have marketing departments where they sell and rent space to shops in the airports. The counting system helps the airport systems to understand where the traffic flow is for people and where the flow is heavy or light. Based on this report, airports can adjust the rent. In airports, they also tend to have long lineups. Our technology can detect overcrowding and understands flow patterns for better resource planning. For example, airport employees may choose to open up more counters or allocate more sales representatives. It is important to have one system that can address all the needs of all the stakeholders so that they can be alerted when an event happens. Other systems we've implemented include road and traffic systems. Again, there can be safety, operational, or security departments with their own concerns. One may be concerned of smoke and fire detection in tunnels or objects fallen on the roadway. You may want to take the speed of cars or detect vehicles that stop where they should not be. You may want to prevent any defacing acts and keep an eye on landmarks and bridges. There are many specific applications for road and traffic systems, such as detecting red light violations or vehicle counting and traffic congestion. For instance, in New Delhi, you do not just detect traffic, you also need to detect cows on the road. Traditionally, traffic management uses ground loops to trigger the license plate recognition engine to detect speeding vehicles. However, our technology has moved beyond the analog system. We now use an IP-based system triggered by video to automatically start our license plate recognition system. We have many applications, including specific applications that serve across many industries. Some major events include providing people counting systems, such as when the Pope came to Sydney, Australia, the Beijing Summer Olympics, or an anti-skimming device in banking. We have many specialized applications such as queue management, smoke and fire detection, and a very unique application called Fever Check, which is particularly useful in the airport. What Fever Check does is uses a thermal camera to detect people with a higher than average temperature. It then uses a second camera with facial recognition so we can clearly identify the person and are able to track it down. Success is no stranger to iOmniscient. We have achieved success with numerous customers that range from shopping malls to the British Petroleum Pipeline to the airport in Abu Dhabi. Cameras are the eyes. The brains require good eyes to detect better. We will now be focusing on the cameras themselves. We had a case a while back where we worked with the Commonwealth Games in India. The customer was using a general surveillance camera from a reputable manufacturer. However, the customer insisted that we should test our license plate recognition system on their existing cameras, which had slow shutter speed and no infrared, which made it hard to detect license plates from a fast-moving vehicle, particularly at night. This means in order to do a good job, we need to have a good set of eyes. We don't need expensive cameras, but we need the right camera to do the right job. In addition to frame rate and network bandwidth, you will also need to understand what clarity you will require, whether there is sufficient lighting, or if you need to add an additional illuminator. This is because each situation is different. You need to have the right filter to cut out the headlight, but still see the car and the plate even at night. As you can see in the picture, with a general use camera, the image is not clear, and we are unable to work with such a picture. However, with the specific cameras, we can easily tell what the license plate says. We have adopted a non-traditional process to ensure we have successful implementation. First, we must understand the problem we are trying to address. We may need to perform risk assessments. After this, we choose the right products to address the problems and the right equipment along with the ideal placement. After we have chosen the intelligence and hardware for you, you need to have the knowledge to implement the system in order to ensure success. Risk assessment is about what is the probability if the Union Station is blown away, or what is the consequence if such an incident happens. Here is an example of risk management. Let me give you an example of a railway system where such a risk analysis was done for a railway in Melbourne, Australia. It was assumed that it was most important to protect the railway platforms. iOmniscient has acquired this risk management company, so we are quite happy to assist our partners or integrators to get the required assessment done on their behalf. The higher the number, the higher the risk. From a table like this, everyone thinks that the biggest problem is inside the platform. However, the result of the assessment tells you the actual problem is at the bus stops. This is due to the fact that you do not need to pay fare to enter the bus platform. Therefore, anyone can enter. Hence, it was more important to spend money there than on the platforms. We would like to stress that training is of the utmost importance. The tragic accident shown in the picture was due to a pilot who did not believe in the importance of training after the airport purchased new jumbo A380 jets. He was convinced that he knew how to fly this plane as he had nearly 30 years of flying experience. We want to stress that although you may have experience with cameras and recording systems, our systems may be quite different. In order to ensure the most successful experience, proper training is required. Why do industries need iOmniscient? Well, iOmniscient understands the needs of individual industries. We spend time to understand how they operate. We spend time learning their requirements and how these requirements can be addressed in video analysis. Furthermore, iOmniscient has the most building blocks available. We can build solutions for each industry. We have applications that can work across multiple stakeholders, whether in security or safety or marketing or customer service. iOmniscient also has the most comprehensive and end-to-end solution, from mature video analytics, video management system, and response systems. We are the only company that can cope with crowded scenes. We have an unbeatable nuisance alarm minimization system, or NAMS in short, which prevents mistaken disruptions. iOmniscient aims to have the lowest price of ownership so customers are not paying a large premium price. As well, we provide customer service worldwide 24/7. As our CEO, Dr. Kanga, says, we can do what any video analysis supplier can do, and we can do it better. We can also do many things that no one else can do, as we have many patents in place. So remember, with iOmniscient, you can see through the crowd. Thank you.